So I had read online that you were at practice whenever your pops passed away back in 2022. And I can't even fathom what that situation would look like. I lost my mama a couple of years ago, but I knew she was sick. I was there, I was present. I couldn't imagine being at practice when something goes down like that. Can you kind of walk us through that situation?
Yeah, so we was at walkthrough. Was it? It was spring, and came back to the locker room. I looked at my phone, and I had a missed call from my mom. I had 3 or 4 missed calls from my brother. So I called him back, and he was crying. I'm like instantly. I'm not gonna say instantly bad things went through my head, but you know what I'm saying. Everything was going through my head. Then he started crying. He was like, Dad. He said, Dad went to the hospital. Mom took him to the hospital. He passed out. So in my head, I'm like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, is he gonna be okay? He said, I don't know. So instantly, I had a good relationship with my dad. So instantly, I just broke down, started crying. I'm in the locker room around my teammates.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna say it was embarrassing, but I acted like a little kid because that's how much I love my dad. I was, I got on the knee, I was crying. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know who to talk to. You know what I'm saying? My teammates were around. Sweat was right there because his locker's next to mine. And he seen me crying. He came over and asked me, and I told him, and he was like I didn't know what to do. Everything went through my head. So then my brother said he was at work. He was driving back to Hallettsville. So then I called my mom, and she was crying too. So I'm like, dang. And she said she was at the hospital with him, and she said I needed to come home, but she didn't want me to drive because I was going to drive fast, and Lord knows what. But so my aunt had came and picked me up from Austin, and drove down there. And then when I had got out, my brother had told me he passed away. He had a heart attack. But it was kind of he had kidney problems. So then he had a kidney transplant. He was good for about 10 years. Mm-hmm. Then it failed again. And he was doing dialysis. And then he had a surgery to get a pump inserted into him. Mm-hmm. And then we have no clue what happened. It was just a heart attack. It was random. It was just sudden. So, you know what I'm saying? It's still, I talk to him every day still, just, you know what I'm saying? But it's sad.
I can imagine you driving from Austin back to Hallettsville. I can imagine that's the longest car ride that you've ever had to experience. What were the emotions like for you during that ride?
I couldn't stop crying. Everything going through my head, praying that he doesn't pass away. Just texting him, telling him to stay with me. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, I was always when it happened to other people, I'd be like, damn, I don't know what I would do if one of my parents passed away. And then it was just is this really happening to me? I've never had a family death like this. So it was kind of wow. It was kind of hard to take in at that moment, hard to believe, but you know what I'm saying? Just talked to God, but came closer to God through that too.
Mm-hmm. And every time that you score on the field, you throw up your forearm, you got a tat, right?
Yeah.
Representing him. Yeah. Do you mind showing us that tat real quick? You can just put it up to the camera.
This is death date and Roman numerals. And then it got Dad right here. Me and my brother got matching tattoos of it right here.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's dope. Yeah. And then, obviously we know the significance of the tattoo. What does it mean to you every time you punch it into the end zone and you're able to throw up that forearm?
It means a lot. Deep down, I just know, every time I score, literally every time I score, the first thing I think of is this. And it makes me think of my dad. I could see him smiling down, clapping, because he was my biggest fan. Mm-hmm. Literally, I tell people all the time, he believed in me more than I did. He's the one that woke me up in high school and made me go work out. Mm-hmm. He's the one that in college, he told me that this day was going to come. Mm-hmm. He pushed me. He told me all the time, don't worry about what fans and social media are saying. Just do what you got to do. And he told me all the time, just go to work, do what you got to do. So just knowing that I could literally visually see him smiling down on me, that's probably one of my favorite moments every time I score, just seeing him.
Absolutely. I know whenever my mama passed away, it's a weird dynamic because whenever your mama's living, if you're away from her, you can get away with some things.
Mhm.
But whenever you lose a parent, you know that they're looking over you and they can see everything. I guess I'm trying to ask, does that affect the way you move through everyday life, knowing that Pops is up above watching your every step?
Yeah, it does. I ain't gonna lie. Just knowing that he's seeing everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I know him and God are up there looking at every step I make. And you know, I try to. It definitely changed the way I do a lot of things. I try to live right all the time, and just make the right decisions.
If you could say one thing to your Pops right now today, what would it be?
It would probably be two things. It'd be thank you and I love you, because thanking him for making me the man I am. You know what I'm saying? He raised me 18 years and he was hard on me. But he was also that dad where we can get along, joke, laugh all the time. And he was probably one of the main reasons I was where I was. You know what I'm saying? And then just love him because it's my dad. He did me no wrong ever. You know what I'm saying? And all he did was love me. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. He's I'm about to start tearing up because I think about my mama, but I know he's watching down on you. I know he's proud. You had an unbelievable season, one of the best seasons I've seen from a Texas running back. So I know he's up in heaven right now, just on 10.
Yeah.
And you know, remember that, take that with you, and use that to motivate you.
Yeah.
I know you will.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.